Share screen, dat is de... Waar is die nou? Wat is dat nou zeg? Good evening, everyone. Goedenavond. Dan and Lee, are you present?
Yes, good morning.
Okay. I see someone else. I don't know what is going on here. Angela. Hello, good evening. So we are all not from the Netherlands and Belgium at this moment, but we will see. I can't understand what is going on.
Describe what is the door open. I don't want to say problem.
Door open.
Possibility. Never it's problem. It's a problem.
Right, you are absolutely right. Very good. So we have a sea of opportunity again to be together.
I try to say, go ahead, Jalal. Ciao.
No, I want to say only good evening. Hi, everybody.
Good evening, Jalal. Good evening, Dan. Good evening, Lee. Good evening, Mark. So we go on at this moment in English until some of the Dutch or Belgian join. Jalal, you had a very interesting question this morning with Mr. Keshe, and he had a good answer for it.
You know, but the problem, I didn't in a way listen to the answer.
We will do it later.
Yeah, what's happened today? Exactly about 9 o'clock, the electricity come down in whole town where my work, and I tried to join with my mobile phone, but no way. And then yeah, I asked them when the electricity will come. They said, it will come about 12:30. I said, okay, I'm going home. So you cannot. I'm going home. So I came about 10:30 or nearly 11 o'clock, quarter to 11, and I joined. I was until 11:30, but every time they are calling me because the electricity is come back, so I closed and went so fast. There, I have a lot of work. I didn't hear anything from the yeah.
So we will hear it tonight.
Yeah, but in a way, I was in the workshop listening. It was very interesting, you know, the teaching today.
Yes. Yes, it was.
But let me ask you guys, what is the new guns?
Guns of soul.
Yeah. I would say something similar. It's not anymore in the matter.
Sorry, emotion.
Mhm. Okay, I have an idea, but I will leave it now. But if he bring it up out, I will tell you.
Good.
He did mention it before 2 or 3 weeks
Mm.
when he said, "Why don't you try that? Why don't you try this? Why don't you?" In a way, in the teaching, the workshop.
Mm.
Let's see. Maybe it is. From what I'm thinking, I think it is, in a way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The way we went from one plate and we gone to 2 plates or 3 plates. I think now it's the connection. Let's see.
Mm.
I will not reveal this secret. Yeah, maybe it's wrong. That's why.
We will see.
But if did Palace say something, maybe I answered, but he didn't.
Yeah, he said something. Dan said something.
I go and look the day. I listened and I go and I looking, I searching.
But you know, really, I like what you are presenting, really, and I think in a way I am really near to your thinking, Palace.
Now you're talking about plasma reactor, or you're thinking of guns of emotion, guns of soul?
No, I'm speaking about the teachings, not about the guns.
It's for my confirmation because I have a lot of in my head. It's the confirmation for knowing about what.
What do you think, Alfred?
You mean about the cans?
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed, the cans of soul he talked about, and the only thing that I can come up with, it's no more tangible.
And I remember say something transfer of, let's say, matter in the light, transfer the light, and after transfer from light in the what is needed. You can say guns of light.
Yeah, but don't forget, light comes from the matter state.
Yes, the friction between up and down.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe this door will open up.
I
No.
post in the Telegram in the Messenger. I try to bring the people in.
Okay, thank you. Up to now, we are in English.
Yeah, ne? We took out your.
I don't know why no one shows up of the Dutch and Belgian group, but we will see.
You can translate from English in Dutch and vice versa, because perhaps we're learning also.
Yeah, yeah. We have a few
and
videos
also,
that someone of us has translated in Dutch, so I will show these videos in short.
yeah, but don't forget, maybe in the future they will come to this teaching. So they need also to understand.
Ja.
Yes.
Nou ja, goedenavond. We hebben op dit moment alleen Engels sprekenden. Dus we gaan even door met Engels. Maar we gaan zo direct wat introductiefilmpjes laten zien van de nieuwste ontwikkelingen. Met units. En die is door iemand van ons vertaald. Dus dat komt zo direct. Ik hoop dat het goed gaat, maar we wachten nog even. Welcome, Barbara and Jose.
Hello. Sorry, I was doing something. Hello, Laura.
Oh, I finally can rename myself. Let's see if that works.
Thank you. I was sending some information to somebody that was like, Cash? Who's Cash? Oh, okay, I got to send you information.
Okay.
Well, how is everybody?
Very good.
It's a beautiful day here in British Columbia, Canada here, Sicamous.
Okay.
And yeah, it's going to be 27 Celsius. So it's going to be a nice day for, yeah.
For autumn?
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful place here. If you get a chance, look it up. It's the houseboat capital of Canada. We're a tourist town. There's only 3,100 local residents. And then in the summertime, we get over 400,000 people that come and do houseboating and boating. And then in the wintertime, we have snowmobiling, you know, up in the mountains. We have mountains around here. Not the rocky peaks, but they're the other kind of mountains. So a lot of sledding here. They call it sledding. And beautiful place here. It's a beautiful tire. So.
What is the place called?
Sicamous. I will type it in there.
Sycamore. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, sort of mean, you know.
No, I only remember the name because it's a strange name. So.
Well, it's funny because when I met my husband, and he was Dutch, he lived here, and I was having a hard time remembering the name, and he says, all you have to think of is I'm sick of eating moose. I remember. So yes, it's beautiful. And then about 50 kilometers east is Revelstoke, which is very well known for skiing all over the world. It has the longest ski run. But the road from here to Revelstoke is horrible because in the wintertime, there's avalanches all the time. There's crashes. It is the most horrendous highway. It's only 2-lane most of the way. You know, like just 2 lane. Yeah, not even double. And so it's, I don't go that way unless I have to. Beautiful area here, absolutely stunning. It's kind of like a hidden gem. So that's where I live, Sicamous.
Sycamores.
Yeah, I will type it in. Anyways, I will stop chatting and get back to sending information. But I just heard my name went, oh crap, I'm on.
27 degree, I will be jealous now.
Your way must be get much hotter than that.
I am now more jealous. We have here 7 degree now.
Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's very hot. Yes. Yeah. And how about in Holland?
Not 7 degrees, it's a bit more, but it's becoming also a little chilly recently. So, but maybe it will again, the weather will become better again.
Okay. Well, I'm going to mute now that I've given you the weather forecast.
Thank you, Barbara. Do you enjoy your beautiful goods?
From my peace package, are you talking about?
Yeah, from your package that you got. Did the other one arrive?
No, I got my pillow, I got my environmental balancer, and I was missing a blade. And so I actually just today got communication from the foundation saying they were having troubles with China manufacturing, that all of them boxes were missing a blade. So it's, I was going to say poor quality control on China, but that's the way it is.
Yeah.
But anyways, I got response. So I'm eagerly waiting my moon in my spaceship.
Oh.
I eagerly await. So, oh well, it is what it is. I mean, it's a tough times right now for a lot of things. So I'm patient. But thank you for
asking. We are live now in Linz in Austria, so it has become tangible.
Yes, this is true.
Thank you, Barbara. You're bringing up something very interesting about the weather. Because for me, 24, 25 degrees now in this moment, it's very hot. But it's the perception, it's one way to not learning, to, yes, training by the emotion, playing with our emotion for change the environment. When it's winter, no, you're freezing, you're thinking, oh, I'm in the Sahara or closer to the ocean, no, you bring the emotion, you feel good, you don't feel this sensation of freezing, and vice versa. When it's too hot, you thinking, oh, I'm in the mountains.
Yeah.
Which means I play this game for balancing my temperature.
Mm-hmm.
But this game, it's knowing and showing how it's this interaction feels between the souls.
You know what? I played this one when I was 14, 15. Yeah, I swear. And in that time, it was 40, 45 degree Celsius. And I played that game. And from that moment, I always feel cold. So it stuck with me. So many times I tried to change it, maybe it's locked. There in my city, that time, I was really, all the people is dying from the heat, and I am very comfortable with what I done with myself. I feel cold, and even I walk in the sun. No, nothing, really. When I came here to Sweden, And about one season or two seasons here, I said, my God, I remember that. And so many times I tried to open this lock, but I cannot manage that. I don't like the heat, the cold, my God.
Yeah. I was
Which
also
means
born in a cold country and I don't like the cold very much. But it's an opportunity to learn to be independent of the warmth or the cold. And cold is probably more difficult for me to be independent, so it will be a challenge. En ja, we hebben het even over het weer. Dat is een belangrijk onderwerp in Nederland. En hoe kunnen we dat weer, eigenlijk, hoe kunnen we onafhankelijk worden van het weer? Dus dat is een klein beetje dat zijn we aan het uittypen. Dag Ad.
Where I used to live in central Canada, Winnipeg, Manitoba, like if you were to take North America and throw a dart right in the middle, that's where Winnipeg is, was extreme temperature there. The wintertime, the wind would be very cold. It's very flat there. The coldest that I experienced without wind chill, just the temperature was minus 42 Celsius in the winter. And with wind chill, the minus 52 Celsius. And then it is like that in northern Canada. And then the hottest I experienced there was about not minus, 35 Celsius. So it would go very hot in the summertime and very cold in the winter. Where I am here, it's a different type of temperature. We get the cold, but not as cold. But because the humidity is quite high here, it goes chills you right to the bone. So even though it's not like minus 35 Celsius, it might be, anywhere from minus 16 to minus 20. It feels a lot colder because it just goes right to your bones. Whereas when it's dry weather, like in central Canada, you can take the coldness, even though it's really cold, because you can dress for it and it doesn't, go right into your deep soul there. So and I enjoy being out here. I've been out here for 13 years. I escaped.
when Mr. Keshe saying you can live in the lava, in the magma, you can live in the sun, you can live in underwater.
Yeah.
If you create the right environment.
Yeah.
And these things, yes, you hear it right. Mr. Keshe is saying, if you achieve the right environment, you understanding what you do, you can live underwater, in the middle of the sun, in the middle of the earth, like a lava, like a magma. When you create the right environment. And for this reason, I bring him up this playing with the emotion, because it's like I don't like to say the word disease. When you, for my example, it's in one day I stay a lot in the sun, under the sun, and I surely dying in, I don't know, 2 hours if I not achieve in hospital now for treatment. I keep in isolation, or how to, I don't remember how it's saying in English, when you don't want the sun, the ray of the sun in the skin, because you have received a lot of sun
Mm.
And I tolerate only in the morning the ray of sun. I like the sun, but for me it's a pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to balancing through my emotion this sensation, perception of this ray, because you can feed it with the ray of sun and earth. Perhaps it's changing something in me. How Barbara said in California, or in it's different cup 5, cup 4 inertia. In the other part, it's a different element, different fields.
Mm-hmm.
In the Romanian, it's other things. In each place have the specific magrals, fields, interaction with us. And if you balancing or changing something in the environment, in these 5 cups, in us, literally, you can achieve this dome, you can achieve this feeding system, you can achieve everything. But it's needed to learning how to make it. I shut up, I close my mic, and I leave Jalal.
Thank you.
No, you mean you need training. Don't shut up. Let's speak.
Each day, it's a journey, it's a training.
Yeah, okay.
Each emotion, each thought, each feeling change which means I die every second and I reborn in every second.
Yeah.
Always in movements. I try to speak slowly for Jose, understanding, and to others, perhaps.
Good.
Today, Barbara asked a question to Mr. Keshe.
Yeah.
Did you get your answer, Barbara?
Which question was that? I didn't got one answer to one.
How many you have?
One question that didn't get answered, and I was curious to find out if there what it was like at the exhibition, what the attendance was like, what the response was. Didn't hear anything about it, so yeah. I'd be curious to know if it's been positive. I'm assuming it's positive, but it's always nice to hear. And the other question was the teachings. What I got from what Mr. Keshe said was basically that they're changing the structure of the teaching, so they're going to make it easier. It'll be like a portal where if you need specific information, you can look for that, because different people are going to have different levels of teaching, or need different levels based on their knowledge and what they already know, sort of thing. That makes sense?
Yeah. It's kind of tailor-made, it could become.
Yeah, and then he was talking about the IT in Iran and that. So there was a lot of information, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm eagerly waiting. I'm one of those keeners. I'm chomping at the bit here. I'm like the racehorse, you know. I'm like trying to get out of the gates, and they're holding me back.
Ooh. So do you have people around you where you can share the Keshe technology and things like that?
Yeah, there's a few people. Carla, the one lady that you had spoke to, she's a co-worker. I have another co-worker. There's a couple people that are kind of like light workers in the area. There's one gentleman that I met through a spirit, like a, what do you call it? A spirit store sort of thing. You know, they have all different, crystals. And so I found out that he went to Peru for the Keshe teachings a number of years ago. And he's following Keshe since 2011. He says before there even was English, he says it was the Dutch teachings and I guess in German. He says, I couldn't understand a word. He says, but I knew. He says he just felt it.
Oh.
So he's been making all sorts of things. Actually, when I ran into him, I went to, he works at a computer type place office. And I went up to him and I said, hey, do you remember me? And I said, Keshe, and his eyes just lit up. He's just like,
Oh.
He's been like telling people and like people are like, for like years. And here I come to him and I'm like, I'm all excited. And then he pulls up his pant leg and he shows me a Gans ring that he made and he's wearing it, eh? And he says, hey, yeah, and this is how I made this. And, blah, 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 and he's going on and on. And so I went and visited him last week, just after the announcement in Austria, and I showed him the hands. Well, he's all excited. Like I fired him up again. And
Okay.
yeah, so he's getting quite excited. He says, oh yeah, he's been talking about this for years and la 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 la. So it's, I guess it's exciting for people like myself because I'm kind of like the new, the new wave, the second wave. And we help fire people up that have been kind of going, been this for a long time, because this has been a long haul for a lot of you guys.
Oh, yes.
And so I was excited. So my excitement is like, wow. And so it's kind of like, I'm excited. Like I'm just like telling everybody and they're kind of looking at me like, oh, she's on something. Yeah, I'm on Gans. And Carla is so funny because she has new sayings now. We got sayings, and I'm sure this will come down the line. I was doing something and she grabs me at work and she says, for the love of Gans. and she gave me a birthday card and it had, it says, may the Gans be with you. And it was one of those, what do you call it? Star Wars. Wand.
Star Wars.
Yeah. So we're starting to have all these sayings. So we're just going, love of Gans, instead of love of God. So it's quite exciting. And I know my field in my home is getting quite big. I'm just chomping to get that environmental balancer going.
Oh.
So I have Gans all over my place. And what I'm finding is that the lady that I encouraged to go and start hers, that each person that I'm encouraging to do their Gans fire up right away. Like they start producing.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
Wow.
it's kind of like we almost not perfected it, but we all kind of put our little twist in that. So now because when I started, I was fumbling around. I was like, okay, how do I do this? Okay, then, I would order and then I get more information. So it was a struggle for me to learn how to do this because I was getting bits and pieces.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the first time I watched the Knowledge Seekers workshop, I was like, friend me on Facebook. Here's my information. Please, somebody talk to me. And then what I did is I looked at their names and then I found them on Facebook and I just found people and I messaged them going, hey, I'm like, reaching out. And so then, I'm learning one way from another person, and then I learned for another one. So I had to kind of backtrack and I said, oh no, okay, when you touch your nano-coated, don't touch it. We're touching with our fingers. And I go, oh, we're not supposed to do that. Oh, okay. So now we're all kind of learning at the same pace. And then when I bring somebody on, I take them to the basics. I take them to the basic teachings so that they understand what is nano-coating, what is Gans and all that, because I had no idea. I just knew in my, my soul, this was something. I'm very intuitive, and I was brought to this by divine intervention. I know that. I just saw, conspiracy videos, and I always look at the description, and there was this hashtag, 1 cup, 1 life. That was all it was. There was no, you were on and going like, what is that? You know, it just caught my eye. So I investigated, and then I found this fellow in Australia, and then, you know, his things. And then I saw the teaching. Yeah. So the very first teaching that I watched for the knowledge seeker is when they introduced the 1 cup of life suit. I ordered the suit right then and there. I said, I have to have this. This is something that I need to have. Like, I need to have this so that if somebody gets sick, you know, to do this. Like, that's how I went. I just went. And that's anything that I feel in my soul, I just run with it, because it's my soul saying, you need to do this, and you need to do this fast. And I just kind of went, oh, I'm backtracking here because I've missed years, and I'm going, oh my goodness, where was I? I was too busy doing something else. So that's my story.
One of our guests, Art, knows the suit since a long, long time. You may tell about it.
Pardon me?
One of our guests here, panelists, knows the suit for a long, long time. So you may tell about it, Art.
Yeah, that's, what's his name? I remember him talking that he was kind of in the development of it, and his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, very blessings to that. You know, when I got it, and I took a picture, and I just kind of posted on Telegram. Well, next thing you know, if they're putting it on the knowledge seeker, and I went, oh my goodness, my hair is all messy. And they wanted me to talk about my experience, and I went, no. So wasn't ready, but I have it in my closet. I showed it to my son. He took took a picture with my son, and it's there in case. I know I've always prepared for things. I've done emergency management. So if anybody was to come to my house and they had any sort of health problem, I go, okay, hang on, I got this for you. I'm a healer, so for a very, very long time. So in this lifetime, other lifetimes. So anyways, I will shut up now. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for sharing.
Welcome.
We hebben heel weinig gasten van de Nederlandse taal op dit moment. Maar ik denk toch dat ik even ga een video spelen die iemand van ons vertaald heeft. En die we dan even samen kunnen horen. Van onder andere van de, hoe heet het, de enhancement unit. Moet even kijken, dat moet ik even voorbereiden. Maar, so you can go on with talking together. I will prepare something. Oh, but that is okay, Barbara. That is fine.
I just saw a message. Somebody said to speak slowly, and I went, oops. That's like me trying to understand Dutch. So
But you had some connection, I understand. So you know a little bit about it.
Well, they don't understand. They can hear it in my voice and the excitement.
Yes. By the way, do you see now only the Publieke workshop slide, or do you see something else of mine?
We see your 3 video and
Telegram?
I think, yes.
So that is also to see. Okay.
Yes, if you,
Anyway. Yeah.
without sharing another window, now it's better.
Yeah, right. So that's why Rick has all those many windows on top of each other in the workshop. So I just don't know. I thought I have prepared something. So, but then I have to stop share. Who would like to be a co-host? Odd? Odd, will you co-host? Or Mark, should I make you co-host?
Make me a co-host.
Okay, I make you a co-host. Good.
It's only cost $10, no problem.
In these trying times. So in fact, then I have to stop share and find my other things, or let me see, new share. I try new share to see if I can, that one. Oh no, that's not that one, that one.
Now you see.
It's not the best quality, but that's the Linz, Austria. Let me see if that worked with the audio and so. Ja. Dus dat is de tentoonstelling in Linz, die op dit moment een week geleden geopend is. Waar de nieuwste ontwikkelingen van de Keshe-technologie bij elkaar gebracht. Dat is de body enhancement unit, de voorziening om het lichaam te herstellen. Het zijn verschillende ganzen, gas in nanostate, gans in nano, vorm. De 5 cups die recentelijk bekendgemaakt zijn. Nu in een hele grote vorm en hier in de eenvoudige vorm, zoals het thuis gemaakt kan worden. Dat zijn units die dus ook vermoedelijk naar Nederland komen. Er is een investeerder van het Midden-Oosten die wil in Nederland een centrum starten. En dat worden dan iets van 10 à 12 van deze units. En aan de linkerkant is de materiaalunit en aan de rechterkant de body enhancement, lichaams.
This is the new universal material enhancement unit. What it does, it works like Earth and the sun. And inside it, we can produce any material we need in the space. In a space, we cannot take materials with us. With a new understanding of technology, we can literally make what we need at the point of demand anywhere in the space. We can produce materials where the center works like a sun, and all the systems, each one choose to produce one material. We can produce copper, we can produce zinc. We can produce any material we need at a time and a point of need and demand. And this is what the new technology is, the new space technology.
The sound is not clear
Ja,
when the speaker
maar
application
dat is-
now. Try to share first sharing.
This
Open the window. Click share computer sound.
This was a little slow, not so loud. So, maar dat ging dus over materialen en die unit die werkt als een zon. De zon kan ook alle mogelijke materialen creëren.
In the new space technology, we do not need to take food, we do not need to take medicine. And any illness can be handled in the space according to the fields of the body. And this is what is called the universal body enhancement, which means body corrects itself. If you are hungry, you sit in the system, it replenishes the food. It's what the energy is like. And once you enter the system, it gives you everything you need. The system works with the internal system body that you have and gives every need that the body can feed to or in a space like viruses. We can extract viruses from the body as we have today. This is what we call universal body enhancement. And for man does not need to depend on eating food, where he can transfer energy directly to the body as we digest the food inside our body, in our stomach, or in the intestine. This is the breakthrough in the space, and in so many ways, the beginning of a new era. Era of space, without food, without medicine, without materials.
Begin van een nieuwe ontwikkeling. Geen voedsel meer nodig, geen materialen om in de ruimte te gaan. Dus en hier in Linz of daar in Linz is het dus allemaal bij elkaar gebracht, nu voor de eerste keer helemaal tastbaar. Ja, moment. Oh.
You know, it's like when you have the problem with eyes, with, yes, you are blind. You must describe in the words or feeling for the other knowing what you're thinking, what you're searching, what you want, what you need. No? For example, today I make one work in the when you're soldering, no? With electrode, with plasma lighting. And my eyes, it's very sensible now.
Mm.
I try to not look in the screen. I try to feel what I see with eyes closed, not look into the physical eye.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, it's very visual. No, I don't like to say I. We utilize visual like a drawing, like a whiteboard or little video. Sometimes it's auditive, it's hearing only with the ears. Sometimes it's with soul, with feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I try to combine this. I close my eyes and I listen. I see with my ears. I see with my skin.
Yeah, very interesting, yes. Mm-hmm.
It's like a jerk. Jalal, please speak slowly because when I try to listen, I don't. I'm not able to translate all your feelings.
Are you talking to me?
About you, yes, with you.
Okay, next time I will speak very, very slowly.
This is going to go on for many, many hours.
Yeah.
it's training way. When it's silence, you try to thinking the others.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's how you confirm what perhaps someone or choose one person. You try to see what is thinking Alfred or what thinking Jalal or somebody else, and try to confirmation
Mm-hmm.
for knowing it's you're feeling right or wrong. Nothing is wrong or wrong.
You know, so many times happened with me, and I do not try to think about it, and also it click in split of second, and I leave it. And so many times I have a question in my mind. I cannot speak it because sometimes I have a lot of work, but I'm listening to what's going on, and I ask the question and I leave it. Maybe about 90%, and this is now since a year, more than a year. 90% from my questions, someone asked it, or gradually Mr. Cash give the answer for it without asking, real asking.
Yeah, yeah.
But it worked with me without thinking.
Yeah.
In Mr. Cash's teaching, he said, you know, if you want to move something, in a way, let it move itself, not you. He said, move that you show me that I can, but do not insist or do not push, because also this object or anything, it has a soul, and he decide,
Mm-hmm.
but only for you to show that you are connected, not a way that you are forcing him, or you are using that ability of understanding, and leave it, because if you do it 2 times you will fail, because you wanted to have you know, you want to use this power, and they will not allow you to use this power, especially in the meaning of plasma. It have a lot of power, really.
Which means don't think, feel it.
Yeah, feel it. Yes, exactly. Because, you know, love is feeling, courage is feeling, care is feeling, only feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Mr. Keshe and he's saying, in what pocket I put how much I love. Huh? I love you. Yes, but how much? In what pocket I put in this love?
Yeah, exactly. And even he said in the about the colors, he said there is 3, 4, 5, let's say, of red, on the spectrum of red. which one is red, which one comes from love, which one comes from anger. It's all red, but everyone shows up in different spectrum of field.
How your red is not my red.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why he said the best indicator of the plasma field is your skin, because your skin have 3 layers, and partially the middle layer of your skin, which is responsible about this kind of interaction, feeling this interaction in that middle layer. And in a way, if you understand the plasma, always the middle layer, that is the emotion, because come from motion. Now I'm speaking very slowly, huh?
Ja, very good. En wil dat nog iemand een klein beetje samenvatten in het Nederlands?
Yeah, real, Alfred, you need to translate that.
Ik heb net iemand van jullie uitgenodigd van de Nederlandse groep. Nou.
No one have answer? No one have a question?
Don't open the Pandora box. You have a lot of Spanish group. You are assault of question. Give me one moment and I bring in how many questions you want.
I understand what Janelle has talking about. That happens to me a lot for a very long time. What I find is if a thought or process or even just a feeling will come through and I kind of dismiss it. I don't think about it. And next thing you know it's validated by something else. It could be in through teachings or whatever. Sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's hours, depending on what it is. But I always smile and say thank you.
Yeah, and Barbara, there's one thing more, and especially for the women. He said, what about the feel of danger? Especially
yes.
Yeah, especially the women have this sense of this feeling. How
Intuition.
about this one? Yeah, how about this one? How you gonna measure it? Which device will measure it?
It's gut. I find it's my gut. You know, it's deep in my stomach. My daughter is very intuitive. She told somebody not to travel, and so she ended up traveling with them and just kept on saying, slow down, stop, stop, stop. And next thing you know, there was an accident that happened, and it was kind of like slow motion, and the person just looked at her and said, I will never distrust you again.
Oh.
But she feels it, and I'm the same way. I've been like this for years. Before I used to dismiss it, and now I just, if I get a feeling, or I need to do something, I just do it. You know, if I need to call somebody or whatever it is, I just do it. I don't question it, and that's the problem with a lot of people is that we get in our head and we go, well, you know, we're going to inconvenience somebody, or what are they going to think? Just do it. Just say it. And it all materializes. I get messages from source or whatever, from people that have passed on, and I get craziest messages, and I'm going, I can't say that.
Mhm.
So I find a way to say it without them thinking I'm crazy. You know, if somebody said, you know, please tell them I love them, and I'm going, well, I can't say that, you, and I'll say, so I would rephrase it and say, I'm sure that this person that has passed away, you know, still loves you and appreciates everything. So I try to change things so that I don't sound like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and you know, the more that we kind of follow that without questioning it, more comes. And sometimes it's kind of spooky, but I just go with it now. I just smile when I send a message to somebody. I just smile. Think what you want. I don't care. I delivered it. My job is done.
That happened with me when I was young. I see things before it happens. And sometimes it takes years. And once I saw it before maybe 15 seconds from happening, and I did stop it. One day I was with my friend, he's driving, and I get injured in my hand.
Mm.
Yeah, and when I saw the blood, I passed out. So I woke up, I was in the car, and there is a truck going from the right side, and we smash to this car because he's driving very, very in high speed. And I told him, please stop. He said, you are bleeding. I said, please stop. And then I will clear everything for you. But stop, please.
Mm.
So he stopped, and about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, I said, now you drive, but drive slowly. Nothing happened. This is only blood is coming out, nothing seriously, nothing serious. So we drive, and believe me, this truck, we saw it in front of us and coming from the right side, from the desert, and join in the highway without lights, without anything, without nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, and I said, look, this one, what I told you, just to stop because we're gonna smash in that one. I said, you are crazy. I said, yeah, I am crazy. And it happens not once, it happens so many times. One time I told him himself, in in Kuwait, in this city, it's very hot, and it's only in the night you can go out because it's a little bit cool down. And in one day, not yet evening, it's about 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, a little bit sunny there, and we was washing the car. Someone washed the car is outside, and we were sitting, and it clipped in my mind that I saw this clip, and I said, you know what? I said, what? I said, do you see that man is coming toward us? He said, yes. I said, he will ask a question, what kind of material we are using to clean our car, or the polish. He was polishing it,
Mhm.
and how much we pay for it. And I said, I answered him about his question, but now I beg you that you answer him. I said, you are really crazy. I said, just believe me, just let it go. And in about 40, 50 seconds, 1 minute, this guy coming toward us, and he watching the car, and I said the same what I said. Oh, what kind of material is that? What kind of polish? How much you pay for it? And I am watching my friend. My friend is stand there. He didn't answer. I said, I told you, you answer him. He said, what? You answer him. I cannot answer. You are terrifying me. So I answered him. And it happened with me a lot in that time, really. And in a way, I make a challenge with my friends. I said, from this traffic, this car will come. From this traffic, this car will come. This color, like this, and it's happened 100%. And here in Sweden, at my work, I came to the company, and I have this vision. Oh my God! Again, and this guy in the vision, he stopped me in the reception, and I said in my mind, I will not answer him. Only good morning. So he's a real friend, and he's say hello to me, and I said good morning. I have a lot of work. I want to go. So he stayed there, and I went out from the reception. You know, he's going out from his time, and at about 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and I didn't went again to the same place. I know. And I said, I will change. I need to change this position to see what will happen. You know what? I came there in the reception about 4:35 or 4:40, and from somehow this guy calling me in the same place from behind and continue what he want to ask me. And I stand there. I said, hey, you need to go in that time. Why you are here? I said, yeah, I have a little bit of problem with my car, so I'm fixing it. But I need to ask you this. And he asked me the question, which I know, and I did answer him in the morning, but I didn't. I answered him in the same place at about 5 o'clock. And this is amazing. And this happened before maybe 3 years now. And so many times I see something, or I hear in the teaching questions I already knows even the answer of it, but I do not speak. I said, hey, maybe it will be changed. But someone answered the same when they're asking, he answered the same what I want to answer. It's incredible what happened. If you go in this line, you know, it will not end. So how are you going to translate that?
It's how keeping your soul busy when you travel or when you are in the unity, inside of unity, or when you sleep. How busy is your soul? Because Mr. Keshe saying it's always in the middle of the ship. It's light. How you manage this light to transform in what is needed? You don't sleep. Your soul is never asleep. You don't have the job. You don't have the needs. Not needs. Needs in material way. Because you don't eat. You don't sleep. You don't work. What do you do with your time? How is keep it busy?
How keep it busy, huh?
Yes.
Traveling. Explore all these beauties. I told him if when he speaks about the passport, I said I will be the first one who gets this passport. I said I want to be the first one who is going to space. Yeah, and still.
There's a saying, when you're retired, you're busier.
Yeah, né?
I know for myself, what I've had as a lifelong dream is just to volunteer. I have been a professional volunteer for many years. I've retired not too long ago from that, but here I am volunteering again, so I guess I'm back at it. And so I volunteer helping people. And, you know, this is another way of helping people. I was in emergency management. I used to volunteer with the Coast Guard Auxiliary, fires, head injury societies, all sorts of volunteering. I've been doing that for a very long time. And it's always been my passion, and I always find time, even between working full time. So I am so looking forward to not working full time so that I can just volunteer.
That comes down to the one of the central points of Mr. Keshe. We are here to serve and not to be served. That's on the, I don't know, it's a long time since the last time the coin was shown, but it is indicated on the coin, the Keshe coin. We are here to serve and not to be served. Dus dat is een van de centrale punten. Barbara heeft net verteld van dat ze vrijwilligerswerk doet en dat ze veel daarmee bezig is. En dat is een van de centrale punten van Keshe Public Teaching en Keshe Spaceship Institute, Keshe Foundation met de munt, Keshe munt. Daar staat op de zij: we zijn hier om te dienen en niet om bediend te worden. Dus dat kwam met haar ook tot uitdrukking. Dank u wel, Barbara. En tot Jalal ook. Ja, exact.
You're very welcomed.
And on the side there is this, we are here to serve and not to be served. I don't know what does it say, the English term of the edge of the coin. Like you have in God we trust, the American coin.
Has anyone tried to interact with the two units on a soul level?
I think, go ahead.
You mean that when we are seeing the unit on the screen, that we interact with it? Did you mean that?
Basically, yeah. My understanding is that we can interact with the unit, visualizing and interacting with it. So because it's an entity, it's Mr. Keshe's blood, sweat, and tear for his whole life, and so it's his babies, and that we can interact to use that to help people, help ourselves, and to even with the one that will materialize things for us. If our intentions are meant that way. I was pretty excited when I heard that because I'm thinking, I don't have €1 million. I'm thinking, how can we do this? Actually, Carl and I, when it was a little bit cheaper, we're thinking, okay, we're kind of like figuring this out, how can we get investors? And then when it went that way, well, okay, I don't know. That's a little bit more challenging. So basically have to materialize it on a spiritual or a soul level. And as I'm sitting here, I'm sitting outside and I'm looking up and I can see the moon. How precious is that? In the daylight.
What one of the thoughts that comes much more every time is that some of us are live in the Zoom meeting or I'm very often in the live stream, and this is a presence that we are there, so we experience firsthand what is coming up out of the moment. So we add to that energy. That comes back to what Jalal or you, Dan, said also about already knowing what will come up. And we are creating that in that moment. And so we are connected to it very much. And this is beyond excitement, I would say, that we worldwide have now reached a structure which constantly adds to the fields. Also with the peace dome, it's the same. We are constantly adding to that field. So we are creating as we speak.
A collective consciousness.
Absolutely, yes. Beatrice, yes, you can. Please. You have to unmute yourself,
It's needed to reading in the chat because it's needed to translate from Spanish in the English.
Okay.
Bueno, Dan, Vali, estás por allá. You can help me? Translation?
Pregunta.
Please?
Sí, pruebo. Yo puedo probar.
Ok, para Yalal y para todos ustedes. La pregunta es despacio.
For Jalal and everybody else, I want to make the question.
When Mr. Keshe talking about the point zero, ¿a qué se refiere con esa parte?
What is meaning when Mr. Keshe saying point 0 point?
Mr. Keshe, there is no 0 point. Mr. Keshe referred to that so many times. There is no ever 0 point. There is always interaction. So there will be never 0 point.
No está el punto zero, es siempre la interacción.
Dan, ok. Otra pregunta, si me puedes apoyar o ayudar.
Sí, sí.
Cuando hablamos, yo tengo una duda muy personal.
I have one
Entre
question muy... Sorry.
Ok,
Dai.
adelante.
I have one question more personally question. Adelante.
What is the difference? ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre alma y espíritu?
What is the difference between the soul and the spirits? How to say? Yes, spirits. You understand, Gerard, and the others? You have the soul, and you have the how to explain. I searching the right, perhaps.
Yeah, the
He
spirit.
said last week
Yes,
he
exactly.
told about that.
Exactly.
You know, settimana passata è spiegato signor Keshe.
I think he referred to the soul of physicality as
Yes.
the spirit.
Exactly.
And the answer is
Soul of
the difference
physicality.
is solo physicality. It's
Yes.
our spirits. Okay. Beatrice, understanding? È chiaro la differenza tra il spiritus e alma?
Ok.
El alma della fisicalità.
El espíritu es el alma de la fiscalidad. Otra duda que yo tengo, cuando uno, el alma sé que es, pero tenemos una mente y una parte eléctrica. ¿Quién conecta la parte eléctrica del cerebro con la parte física del cuerpo? O sea, ¿es el alma o es el espíritu?
Okay, the question is, we have the brain, the mind. It's electrical way, and my question is, who make the connection with the spirit, the physical soul of physicality, or the soul of man? I remember Mr. Keshe saying yesterday or last time. Mi ricordo che il signor Keshe ha spiegato muy bien la parte de la electricidad del nuestro cuerpo.
I think today he speaks about it.
Okay, I think also, but for me, yesterday or last week is the same. Which means all is today.
Yeah, that's what he said also. There is only one, there is only the moment.
Yeah, especially if you are listening all the time to the teachings. He speaks about the brain as it is the way that the fields, it's you know, this the brain is, you cannot hear.
Yes, I hear it's GANs. The GANs fields make the connection.
Yeah, it's the brain which is transfer and receive the fields of the soul.
Es dos caminos. Uno es el camino del alma e otro è da alma della fisicalità del campo. Oh, sorry, I forget because
Dan, gracias. Sí, sí entiendo un poco. Cuando me trabe te puedo decir, pero entiendo un poco lo que dicen. Lo que pasa es que no soy muy rápida para hablar, pero estoy entendiendo. Nada más tengo una duda en mí.
he said that this I don't speak very quickly, but I understand what you are talking. Unfortunately, for me, it's not very clear. I listened today when Mr. Keshe explained the way soul and soul physicality, the pattern, the way how it's connect with this electrical grid inside us, in the physicality or in the field way.
Okay. Look.
Make the whiteboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
It's very important for all of us because always we're learning together. From each question, have the point of view, little bit of answer, and the understanding is coming after.
Okay. Mr. Cash explained that the plasma do not have a frequency. It's moving like this only. You can translate, Palis, please.
Il campo no tiene una frecuencia, camina así, with a little bit up and little bit down. Which means more magnetical, more gravitational, or up and down like a fluctuation.
I think it is like this, you know.
Okay.
Turning like this, you know. That's why you see it's the same shape, this one. But it's not frequency.
No es una frecuencia, es mejor y menor, ma no es una frecuencia.
When only when you see it in this shape, that means it is interact with another field.
Perhaps it's better also for Fred the translate in Dutch.
Ja, ik dacht
in the same time, which means
moet ik het ook nog proberen in het Nederlands te vertellen. De vraag, ja, goh, nou, nee, kan mij iemand helpen van de Nederlandse sprekers? De vraag was, what was the question?
What is the connection? Yes, I think what is the connection between how to understand the soul and the soul of physicality and the connection between them, I think.
Something about plasma, but because then you showed plasma, how plasma moves.
How interact with other plasma for making this closer gap or further gap.
I have to take notes.
Didn't Mr. Keshe say today that the soul created the brain because the soul doesn't feel, let's say, heat or cold, and it needs a mechanism to interpret that. The soul doesn't sleep, but the physicality does. So the soul created the brain so it can understand from the physicality, and vice versa. I guess when you go into the dream state, even though you're interacting with, your soul is interacting with another soul, it manufactured it as the soul of the mother. You see the mother, but it's actually interacting with the soul, but through the brain to reach the physicality, it shows that you interacted with your mother. Even though just the two souls were interacting.
Yeah, in a way, this is the body of the man. And let's say this is the soul of the man. And this is the two part of the brain. The soul do not interact directly with the souls here. If you remember, one time we said he's the king and he need a prime minister to do all the work, he and his ministers. The only way that this one interact in his level is the emotion, because the emotion also, it's you know, the wave. You cannot even see it. It's only the movement which that brain give and receive through it. This cage, you know, this old physicality, the skeleton, is the cage of the soul. And this brain inside it, which give and take from the fields of the soul. This one here. The soul interact with its own souls in this way, because every atom, every cell in your body have a soul and interact in this way. What it gathers from information or what gives from information, they interact together. Also, the emotion side of the man, which is also encapsulate the whole body, it's the way that if this emotion take from the environment to give to the soul or to give to itself. The one who is playing role here in elevating the soul is the emotion side. Or he keep everything to himself, or he give each cell its energy and promote and elevate the soul of the man. Because when you take from the soul of the man, that means you are elevating it. You see, the plasma, it's like this. When the strong give to the weak, this one, if I say 100, now if I give one, only one, that means here I have 99 now. So this one must be full again to 100. When this one give one back, it's not actually one from the same kind. It is 1 plus. That means it have also emotion and what this small one have to add to the big one. So now he will have, he give 1, now he will have 99 plus 1 plus. That means it's more than 100 now what he have. So if the soul give from its energy to the body, this body will shine. But this is the problem. The emotion side of our body, it takes all. Exchange this, let's say, golden energy from the soul, exchange it to nickel or change it to another metal. It do not give the same energy to the body. It is using it because the emotion is the creation of the two.
Like a filter, when it's passing through emotion, what receive the soul, the physicality, it's less.
Yeah, you know, in a way, how can
It's change. It's
yeah,
only change. It's not receive more or less.
yes,
It's the change, the boundary, the level.
as Max said today, just now, that I didn't listen to that teaching, all of it. The soul do not understand any kind of this emotion, although it have its own emotion. And the way to get to this emotion is love and care. But he do not, or she do not understand the level of the emotion and physicality. It understand its own energy field. You know, the body of the man, you know which energy he understand? When you eat, you know, when you eat food, the body of the man knows only one energy. Even the body knows only one filter, and this filter is calcium. Every thing we eat, it changes to the calcium filter. Through the calcium filter, every energy inside you, is it gold or it is potassium or phosphor or whatever, but it's coming from this filter, from the calcium. The same thing, our soul understand one kind of filter because it came from it, you know. Our body came from the calcium base. It's calcium based. He said every cell have a center of calcium in it. And if you see your body, it has full of calcium. Even your bone is calcium, you know, all the structure inside is calcium. So the filter of your body or our body is calcium, the code of calcium. The same thing of the soul, it have a code, and this code is the energy of love and care.
And about calcium, that was very clear with the corona, that every cell has calcium, and when that is too much stimulated.
Yeah, it will classify.
Yeah.
Solidification.
It's only,
Yeah.
it's the only matter inside us. When I die, what is left behind? Calcium, the bones.
Yeah.
You have because of earth, you have in the blood, you have in the stain of calcium, also in lymphatic system, you have also from this filter of calcium, and everything is based in this filter.
I hope we brought a little bit understanding. If you can translate, Alex.
I will try.
It is really, it's not hard, you know, it's not hard, but to bring it to the understanding, especially for a new commerce, it's not easy.
Yes, which means to search in.
Beatrice has raised her hand. I don't know if she wants to add first. Beatrice?
Para Beatriz, es calcium el modo del filtraggio, filters. Para alma, haber amor en italiano. How to say love in Spanish? Amor, no amor.
Okay,
Te quiero.
Como te comentaba, Dan, entiendo un poquito. Entiendo los dibujos mucho mejor. Tengo otra pregunta, a ver si me ayudan. Y se lo voy a decir en inglés. What can you explain to my about cárbulos? Thanks. ¿Qué piensan de los cárbulos? ¿En qué parte funcionan los cárbulos en mi cerebro?
¿Qué es cárbulos? Porque anche Rick preguntas.
Cárbulos, carbon?
Carbon, it's like a diamond.
Okay, yes. The carbon is the connection of the physicality. You brought very good question.
14 or 12?
Gracias, Yalal. Cárbulos, for me, is como que es lo que sale de la parte eléctrica del cerebro. Dan, ¿se puede explicar, por favor?
It's the part of what is coming from the cerebral, yes, from the brain. This mayonnaise inside of head is not magnesium, no?
Zinc and nano copper. What will give you?
CO2 and zinc oxide. CO2, it's carbon, oxygen, a field of carbon.
This is in the soul level, and this is in the matter level. Copper and zinc. Zinc is the brain, and the copper is the physicality.
The blood circulation.
Yes, everything. That's why Mr. Kass said, the first time I give you this one, I brought you to the slaughter. Yeah, it is, because this water or this field of CO2. Understand it very good. You have the level which emotion work on, and you have the level of the physicality of the two plates. One in the zinc, because the calcium here, it's showered zinc in your brain. I hope she understands that. It's really a very beautiful question. And before 2 days, I was watching this workshop. This workshop, it is, which one? 303. Knowledge Seekers Workshop. It is a very beautiful workshop. And he speaks about that. He said, I give you 2 plates, which equal to your physicality, and one making your physicality, the copper, and one makes your brain. You know, the brain is the cage and the communicator between the soul and the everything. The brain, which connect everything to everything, all your, even the emotion.
You know, Jalal, only in this time, I remember now, it's not hiding secret in the CO2 box. It's when you spraying the cups, no, after the for plants cups. It's making this connection when you, Mr. Keshe saying in cup 2 and 3, utilize in the vertical shape or in the horizontal shape, and it's using the place or coil lateral size. In the middle, you keep the, in this picture, it's CO2 and CH3, but its point it's about you have the field like a carbon inside in the middle, and you have the plate in lateral side. Now I look in the kit of CO2 or zinc oxide in the other manner. It's not looking only 2 plates. I looking like 3 plates, because in the middle you have field instead of copper nano or zinc nano.
And this black thing, what you call carbon.
And
oh my God, my.
Where is your screen?
Cleaning.
It is the whole creation come out from this one.
Here it is.
Carbon 12, carbon 14, carbon 16, carbon 10, and even carbon 8 and carbon 6 and 4 and 2, everything. But now we know only carbon 12, and we are compared to carbon 14. And this is the nitrogen, in a way. So translate, both of you. You are a big problem.
Oh, no, I think this workshop has transformed from Dutch to something else.
You are a big problem, you too.
It's not a problem, it's process of learning how interact with the others and how you, how you confront with our emotion. Para copa del CO2, del dioxido di carbonio, la presenza del carbone, il cerebro donde es de alma, es campo del carbone. Y otro placa del zinco y del cobre nano rivestito, nano ricubierto, es la fisicalidad que es del cerebro y del cuerpo humano, como el cobre, como el alambre.
I'm coming back. I'll be
Rame.
back.
Okay, don't worry, Java. And para mí es muy difícil exprimir en palabras. Pruebo de hablar. En 303, señor Keshe, hablando del esa copa del número 12, 3, donde está en el campo. Okay, I'm done.
Ja, het gaat een beetje over de workshop 303. En daar gaat het over de zink- en koperplaat. De zink die representeert de hersenen en koper representeert het fysieke deel. En daarbij is ook een connectie met de emoties. En het ging om de 5 kaps wat hij toen heeft getoond. Dan was het een interactie tussen cup 2 en cup 3. En ja, het is, Jalal heeft gezegd dat allemaal gaat het om carbon, wat is carbon? Ik weet even niet de naam voor het Nederlands, carbon. Koolstof. En hoe dat allemaal daarin verschijnt. Maar goed, ik kan dat verder niet zo goed uitleggen. Misschien dat iemand anders het kan uitleggen. Ad of Mark. Of is er intussen nog iemand anders bijgekomen? Dus het wordt een beetje een aparte uitzending voor het Nederlands.
Dan, gracias. Entiendo lo que dicen. No tienes que traducirme tanto en inglés. Lo que dicen, entiendo casi el 80 o el 90%. Y te agradezco mucho y perdón por ser tan preguntona, pero pues tengo apenas como 5 meses.
Non ti perdonar, non chiede perdono, non pide perdono. Siempre, bienvenida per las preguntas.
Y los cálculos, lo que yo quería decir es que cuando uno checa lo que es en el cerebro tenemos una red neuronal que vibra porque somos eléctricos, somos un ser eléctrico.
Oh.
Y yo, bueno, si lo puedes decir para que yo no lo diga tan rápido, porque yo hablo rápido.
We are the being of electrical being. We have in the brain the neural system. Okay.
Your nervous system is carbon based.
Se llaman cárbulos. Cárbulos es como tener unas cuerdas y bueno, en el cerebro existen neuronas y nacen y son parte eléctrica del cerebro. Si me ayudas a traducirlo porque creo que no me entiende.
Entiendo. That is the same thing what I say first. You have the neurons inside of this system of neural in the brain. It's making from this red of neurons, like in the computer. You have all the connection. I took the whiteboard, I put in the other picture for, and I think it's about this.
Bajo de las redes neuronales, mucho más.
Se entrecorta. This is Jalal when it's vertical and horizontal, create the filter, passing the field or not. This is the CO2 kit, like understanding.
Mhm.
You have the plate, you have the field.
This is the gas and liquid cup. Huh?
Stays, yes.
Ver por qué tenemos esa parte en
Ti sento molto
con la
cortada.
parte eléctrica del no.
No ho sentito la pregunta, pues, ti ho sentito intercordato. I listened with the interruption. I don't hear what you are saying.
Did we answer her question?
La pregunta que yo tengo, si me escuchas, Dan, es que hay una parte eléctrica del ser humano conectada al cerebro. Esa parte está al alma o al espíritu, porque existe.
Okay, the question is we have this part, electrical part of our body. Is the soul or is the soul of physicality because you have in the matter state, in the materia?
Okay, let me draw again. Let me draw again. I will take this one out.
The brain is manifestation of soul.
No, leave the brain, leave everything. You have a soul. You have emotion. And you have physicality. Let's do it like this. Physicality it have its own level in the skill, in this skill. Emotion have the same, and soul have the same.
What do you mean by skill?
Skill. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know this.
Scale. Okay.
Scale. Sorry.
Rather than skill.
I'm sorry. Skill.
Okay.
Okay. Skill. So today, my question, I did want to know when Mr. Keshe taught us how this creation happened. It happened from one ray, and this ray came to the border of the solar system and have all these small atoms, dust, and this dust become tangible more as a gas, and then become little bit, and then it makes its own our Earth. Leave the small description, what is inside here, what is inside here, leave it. Just now you have Earth, and now we have a sun, the interaction between them, between this fields made the amino acid, and this is
Cohen.
sorry?
Mr. Cohen.
Yes, Mr. Cohen, as he said, carbon and oxygen and hydrogen and nitrogen. This the base of any and every entity in this earth. And from there, we have the intelligent and we have the soul. But my question was, when Mr. Keshe said, we already agreed to come here, Earth. That make me a little bit puzzled. If this creation, as he taught us, took all this from one plasma to two plasmas to four plasmas, let's say from physics to chemistry to biology to intelligent, and from intelligent come the soul, and this soul here it agrees, or he's speaking about the beginning. And I understand it, but I want to real understand, because when I teach like today, I need to teach. Do I teach from this one, or do I teach from this one? Do I teach from the end, what we are now, or I teach from the beginning, which create all these? I need to listen what Mr. Keshe said, because really I need to understand it. In a way, I understand it from his teaching, but you know, I want to be sure, because it's real responsibility. I am giving what my understanding. I don't want to give this. It's 100% or 10% from accurate. I don't know. This is my understanding, and it's every day we are elevating our standing. Goes with what Mr. Keshe give us from knowledge.
He said, don't decide what to teach, just teach, and the souls will take what they need.
Yes, teach what they need, exactly.
They'll take what they need.
So the physicality have its own skill, not skill. What? Scale.
Scale.
System of measurement.
Yeah.
System of reference.
system of reference. That's the matter state. And the emotion, you know, the emotion have part of this and part of this.
Mm-hmm.
And which one give us the two in one? This is the heart, which have 4 chambers. 2 for physicality and 2 for the soul. And that's why the emotion, and this is emotion, is the motion, you know, every cell in your body from top to toe is in motion. So that's why it's the emotion cover everything. And the interaction between the two, the outside layer and the inside layer, give you your aura. So your aura is coming out from your emotion. So the physicality understand one point, and this is the system of the spinal cord and all its attachment to the body. And this is carbon based. The emotion understand another system, and this system is the blood system, and nearly cover everything but the brain. There is not much of that in the brain. And this is the blood system.
It's surrounding the brain. In the brain, you don't have the blood vessel. It's like a hollow. And we come to the soul. Now we understand the physicality and the way it's communicate. Now we understand the emotion and in which way it's communicate. Now the soul. If we know every cell here in your body have a soul, so they must have a way to communicate. They must. And this way of communicating together and giving, in a way, feeding the soul of the man, it's a field. This field controlling by the emotion. This emotion wanted to be in this one or wanted to be in this one. Look and understand what is the difference between the first line and the second line. The first line, there is no much interaction. When you have more interaction, like this here, that means you are going in physicality, you are going to in matter state, you are going to frequency.
when you have interaction with a lower field, you have a frequency. Only the plasma, when it showed itself, that means it goes to a lower field. And this field is the physicality. It shows itself. But higher field, there is a physicality, but you cannot see it because it's another level, high level. So, you know, sometimes they say you are too physical. Even your soul is physical, because who is controlling that? It's the emotion. It's nothing have to do not have anything with the soul, because soul, it's sacrosanct. It have own level. Yeah, it goes from 10 to 1, but not more. It will not go to the level of the emotion. It have its own level from 10 to 1. If I say, or 1000 to 1. It goes in that area. When it goes 1, it's nearly reach the level of the emotion, and the emotion, we know, emotion is lower than the soul, and the physicality is lower from the emotion.
It's like sorry, General. It's like looking from the mountains. You see the ocean, but when you are in the level of ocean, you don't see the top of mountain.
Yes.
Different level.
Soul here in this place cannot go in that place. When this is a problem, when this one goes in this here, you know which place is that? This, what Mr. Keshe said, when they leave this earth, they will not have anything to attach, because they lose this position. The soul is sacrosanct, you know, but they took from it, they steal from it enough that it become this level. Finished. Because the emotion, it have part of that and part of that. When this soul goes to this part, finished. Like this one become a magnet, and it encapsulates the soul inside. Nowhere to go, no more. It's, you know, it's heavier. So when this one open up, the soul have no strength. It will join. I love this teaching of Mr. Keshe before. He called it field soup. The soup of fields. Yes. And if you understand very well, in the future, you will see there is entities here. It is from this kind of soup. It have nothing to say. Anyone need any energy, he will take from this one. But do you think in the space anyone need this kind of field? I don't think so. they will beg everyone. This is the Mr. Cash speaks about so many times, heaven and hell, 2H.
Mm-hmm.
Heaven, when you give and someone take from you. Only when you give and there is someone to take. If you give only to yourself, you will not go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you are very lucky, really, really very lucky, if you are here and you give. But if there is someone here and accept your field, then you will interact. That means there is someone interact with you. That means someone love you. But if you give and no one take, what will happen? Back to yourself. You give and no one take, back to yourself. You give and no one take, you back to yourself. You will stay there forever. And this is the hell. Because in this place, when you leave this physicality, it will open up for you. You will understand. You will see the other one. You will see Fred in this shape. With 1,000. You say, oh my God, he's my friend. I was with him. Why I am, yeah, exactly, really. And this is hell for you, because this one is progress and make something, create something from this interaction, and you don't. No one accept your field. You will beg them, he will do everything for them, that they will take you one part and no one will take.
Does it have to do with a kind of frequency also, that there is no communication on a certain level?
Maybe, yes. Maybe you are deep in the physicality, that you go in this frequency and no one work with the frequency. Like, now you bring from the time of stone, you bring something in that time. It's good. And, hello, we do not deal with that money now. Yeah, no one will take it. You cannot exchange it.
There are no banks and no churches in space.
Barbara, take the hand up, and I have the donkey, but nobody with the jet, no, not accept my donkey. Because
Hello.
have the jumbo jet. Okay, Barbara.
Hi. I just wanted to elaborate on what Janelle is talking about. For anybody that is familiar with HeartMath, they're about 27 years old, and they're out of California, and they've scientifically proven that our energetic field actually interacts with people and goes out quite far. I had an opportunity about 5 years ago to meet Greg Braden. Some may have heard him. He's a well-known spiritualist and author. Yes. Yeah, and he shared a story about how our cells, memories in the cells, and it was quite profound. He talked about this woman that had a heart transplant, and she was having nightmares after nightmares after nightmares, and they were so vivid that she pursued it. She went to the police and she said, I can see who murdered the person that I have their heart. And they got a sketching artist, and she was able to relay what the person looked like. They actually convicted this person, and it actually set precedents. So the memory of ourselves is in it. Even if a person got somebody else's heart, they have that memory. So there's a lot of controversy about, you know, transplants and things like that, because it could be a heart, it could be, you know, a hand, it could be an eye. Those cells have memory, and that's the soul. And that just kind of just baffled me. And then there was another incident. There was a young boy that actually received a heart, and he used to play with toys and things like that. And he got his heart, and there was the toy Buzz Lightyears, you know, from Toy Stories. And suddenly he didn't want to play with it anymore. And I think he was under 3 years old or something like. Well, it turned out that the heart that he received was from a child that had fallen out of a window chasing their Buzz Lightyear.
Oh,
So, you know, it's powerful how our souls, even just in the cells, you know, one little tissue is carried on, and it was very, very profound. So you know, when we interact with people, you know how when you walk into a room and sometimes it is so tense, that's the energy you're feeling from that person. It could be negative, it could be positive in that. So I was trained how to, you know, elevate myself, you know, taking from my brain to my heart, and then taking the feelings, just like Janelle talked about. It's the feelings. It's not the thought, but it's the actual feelings of that emotion, and that's our soul. And so I just wanted to share that, because it was a very profound experience when I listened to this, how our beautiful our bodies are in the physical form, and how our cells have memory. And I believe that we have memories from years ago. Sometimes people have illnesses and diseases that were from previous lives. Some people believe in that, and I believe that as well. So that's my one that I wanted to share.
A soul, when it wants to manifest itself, it takes from the environment to manifest itself. So when it manifests a body for her, it takes whatever there in the environment to structure the physicality. When this happened, it needs a communicator between her and the lower field of her. So she make the emotion part. And this emotion part, Mr. Keshe, so many times explain that this part which control, he is the communicator and the communication between the physicality and the soul. What happened, let me take this one because it's too much here, you cannot see. What happened, now the soul and the physicality here, let's say, it make the emotion that will be the connector receive the information and give this information to the soul, to the physicality, to make it growing up. Okay, so the emotion is the middle between the two. When the physicality grow up more and more and more, it have a lot of more, he need more information. So this emotion goes a little bit down to reach out to the physicality, because it's going, you know, going deeper, because it have a problem of growing and learning. So the distance gap between the emotion and the soul, it will be bigger. Before it was in this position. Let's say they take the middle line. This way here, let's say 10. Now the emotion is going down to this position. It goes, let's say 12. So the distance gap and the communication between the soul and the emotion, it will be wide. And this 2 or 3 or 1 distance, you know, it cut a lot of connection with the soul. So he's deeper down to the physicality. Now he approached more to the physicality until the physicality and the emotion goes together. And here he said, you have the problem, the real problem, because now the emotion, it have and understand the capability and the ability of the soul, and she can use the physicality to its benefit. Because the soul coming from the high order, this one also wants to be in high order. So he cannot control the soul, so he controls the body of the man. And you see a lot of people selfish, and you see the body real, not in illness, but it brings so many corrupt things to it. He do everything to be beautiful. He do everything to be in the attention. He do everything to make, you know, the emotion side. You see it in real, it shows in the physicality, how it's walk, how he sleep, how he eat, and you see this is the emotion side which control his body. If you look, just look at him in a bad look, he will change. He will not accept. He will be angry. If you speak something, just anything, even it's not bad word, you will see him changing in different shape and different form. And if you see, oh, you are very beautiful, what is lovely body, he will be feel very happy. That means the emotion which control this body no more interact or connect to the soul. And this, Mr. Kass said, this is the catastrophe here, when the emotion disconnect, the energy of the body must go to the soul and give and take. In that meaning, this one will be self, emotion and physicality will give only to itself. And this is the problem here. There is no higher connect. And when this guy died, soul, because high level energy, it goes work and with the same similar, and this one will stay here in earth, although the physicality have a part of the soul, but it will not go anywhere because it's already corrupted. When a plant grows in this field, it will carry part of this energy, and also this plant If an animal eat it, this part will go to this animal. And if you notice, a lot of animal eat certain kind of weeds, and another animal eat a different certain of field of plants or weeds, and you can judge what the shape of this animal become and what kind of energy he will give from what he's eating. And whatever he's eating, it have the whole energy field from your ancestor, from another ancestor, from everywhere. So it is a circle we are in. We are taking the fields of our ancestor inside us, and we are taking the fields of the animal ancestor in our body. And that's why we must slowly and very fast do not take food consumption and all this inside us. Although it is wrong and minus, but he said, don't look to that now. Don't look to the minus, look to the plus. You take minuses in you because minus is coming from the environment, and what you give is the plus adding to the environment. Look to this plus, positive. How much you make positives. This is the real. This is what we need to account, not the minus now. Until we understand, until we go on in the knowledge, and then we do not to consume anything. And in this way, we are elevating ourselves and our soul. Because now we are working with the high level of energy, and this level is not in the matter state, no more matter state. If you understand it, very good, because myself, I didn't understand it, what I'm speaking about.
Let's talk about the jungle. And let's look at how the animals eat. What does a lion do?
Yeah.
A lion goes out, and his main objective is two things: protect my pride, protect my environment, and when there's something in my environment that I want to eat for sustenance, I'm going to hunt it down. And when I hunt that down, I eat the energy of that animal. But I also make sure that I call all my friends and family in so they can join in the feast. And I think what's happening right now is we're seeing all this negative energy coming to the surface of all the people because we just can't carry this stuff into space with us anymore. We have to get rid of all this negative emotion that we've been carrying for lifetimes. Why carry a suitcase of your old emotions from your old lifetimes tethered to you with a great big logging chain? Cut the chain, empty the suitcase, let it go and be free. And when you let that go and be free, you'll meet your soul, you'll meet your true self. And the lion that I talked to here a long time ago, I sat in a cage and talked to this lion, and he said, there's only one rule in my jungle. You're either eating or being eaten. So make the decision of what you want to do. You're going to be the king of the jungle, or you're going to be the king's meal. So what we don't want on this planet is all this dark negative energy affecting all of us and stealing our energies and taking away our happiness, because that's what it's all about, is making everyone happy. And when you meet people and they look at you and you share your joy and you share your love, and they kind of give you a weird, what are you doing here? I don't understand that. I don't agree with that. Well, what you're doing is you're mirroring back to them the love that they should actually find within themselves. We just have to keep shining our light and shining our love, and we will create the peace dome for this entire planet. I pass the talking stick.
You know, one of Mr. Cash talk.
Excuse me. Si me permiten, Dan, si me ayuda, quisiera contestarle al compañero lo que acaba de decir.
I want to say something regarding the last sentence. Go ahead. Adelante.
I can?
Yes, yes, you can.
Yes, you can, of course.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for all. Estamos en una jungla y puede haber otras personas. Si me ayudas, Dan, te lo agradecería mucho.
We are in the another place, and you are see the other person. Adelante.
Pero no venimos solos. Somos alma, un ser, una entidad que no podemos dejar solos a los demás.
We are entity, and we coming lonely, which means one soul. We are entity with one soul. We are coming now in the groups. We are coming alone. Okay.
Y estamos aquí para poder ayudarnos en un
and we are
one nation, one planet, one race. Mr. Keshe teaching this.
We are here in this group for helping each other, like one planet, one nation, one race, like Mr. Keshe learning.
Y no somos una maleta para cargar a nadie. No somos una maleta. La maleta la carga el que quiera.
We are not like how to say, when you from Randy say we are not alone, we are one. No siamo, perdón.
We are no baggage or mallet, whatever say.
We don't. Yes,
no.
Baggage.
We are people.
It's about riguarda la emozione come la maglietta, la baggage. Our emotion. When it's speaking about what you are care, what you are have behind you is the emotion, negative or positive emotion. Is needed to let it down and continuous walking. Es hablando de las emociones positivas o negativas del nostro pasado. Es necesario de posar las emociones negativas, no como hombres, no nosotros hacemos seres con emociones. ¿Entiende? For what I understand, what he's saying, it's regarding we are the beings. We are not the baggage.
Thank you for this translation.
I hope it's correctly.
It's correct. It's correct.
Okay.
I thank you for you. And now.
Thank you for asking and sharing. I would like only to add what once Mr. Keshe said. You are a human being. With your thought, you can send energy and, let's say, support someone. He said, please learn one thing. When you see, that means you are connected to it. And I think today he speaks about when you see the star, you are already connected to it. And in a way, the star connect to you because you show that you see and you appreciate its existence. So he said, don't support too much. If you want and if you like, only one time. And the second time, the third time, support the goodness on you. Let's say, if Alfred speaking about something, now I understand it is very good and I support Alfred. And I support him only one time. The second time I support, if I see this is what he's saying or what he's doing good, the second time I support myself only. I give thank to Alfred, but I support myself to do or to elevate the goodness in myself. And that way, if what I understand from Alfred is good, but I do not know his attention. So if I support him, that means I make like a contact with him. He will receive from me all the time, even in the soul level, guys, even in the soul level. It's like a emotion side which control everything. So if emotionally you give to this guy and you connect with him, be careful. It's not easy to disconnect. So it's better to learn that if Jalal done just in this moment, in this time, good, okay, thanks you, it's very enough. The second time he do, I do go to myself and try to support my good thing inside me, because I don't know what is the intention of this guy here. If I support him all the way, maybe I do not help him in that. Maybe I increase the ego inside him, and this will fail him down. And if he fell down, I am with him because I'm always supporting him. It's not easy to disconnect in that way. You say it, okay, I will not speak to you or I will not support you, but in the soul level and the emotional level is more stronger and still connect to him. it's not easy really to understand, but in a way it is easy. You know, when he said, don't give him a fish, teach him how to fish.
Yeah.
In a way, you in the first time you are connected to him, you can give him one fish, and the second time you can teach him, or you can teach him from the first time and give him a fish. But not always give him a fish. That means if he used to that, if he asked once and he received, and he asked twice and he received, now he will depend on you and he will not go anywhere. So it's better first you elevate the goodness on you, and from this goodness, because he is the source, he received from the goodness. You understand? Like now when we do something, who done all of these teachings? Who taught us? Mr. Keshe.
Yeah.
And you see, Mr. Keshe really do not support anyone. He always teach. So if you do something good, this goodness will go back to Mr. Keshe. But if you do something bad, it will not go back to Mr. Keshe.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't support you.
Very well said, Jalal. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And now it's apply this, what you are saying first. You give, and our soul taking what is needed.
It's only, you know, this I have say in it. Although it is good, but only if you are
could you also say, I am not responsible for whatever the other one does, so I can share something, and then whatever the other one does, it's
what Mr. Keshe today said about the soul. The soul do not understand and do not knows what kind of emotion.
mm-hmm.
What that mean?
It is not judging.
Because it is in the level away from this physicality and emotion. It's a way. This is a way that in here in this earth, it can manifest itself in this position.
A way like a further, or no, not way like a patent, way like a further, long, small distance or large distance.
In a way, yes. But if you are connected to your soul, and then you can say, I give from the energy of my soul. I give from the energy of my soul. Because the energy of my soul, that means the motion, because my soul have motion, and this motion have emotion and have energy, and from this energy I give. So it is away from the source. You understand? You are Alfred, you are a painter. You draw a picture. Okay? Is it beautiful or it is bad or whatever? Because everyone from his point of view, he see it from his point of view, you know?
Yeah.
You come to me, I saw it very beautiful, I give you 1 million. You go to another one, which is from the dark side or whatever he want. He is right in his position. He see it, he will kill you for it. So is that Alfred when he draw this picture? Is that Alfred? Or this is the energy and plus little bit emotion and plus little bit soul of it?
No. And it
This
is
is
shared.
This is manifestation of energy of this guy. The same thing. Soul is the manifestation, this physicality and emotion, manifestation of the energy of the soul. So the soul is sacrosanct. The soul is in this place. Only when this soul goes down also, rotten. And once Mr. Kash said, even the soul can be rotten. Could. Because it goes deeper with the emotions, go deeper. There's no more any any energy left in this soul. When the person die, finished. What is left? It's not. It cannot create anything. It cannot join anything. Only the way he can join, and this is the soup of energy.
Soul is sacrosanct, it's pure. We, like experience in this travel, we added like emotion side energy, of emotion. We always added in this string field of our soul. In this manner, we elevate the soul by adding or by increasing by interaction.
Because of the soul is here in the brain, it receives knowledge. When you use this energy and this knowledge in killing, what that mean? You take the essence of this soul in this way. Do you think anything left in that? Because when you do that, whatever behind this killing, forever, it will take from you, wherever you go.
Because it is in fact yourself who are killing yourself. The other is only smoke screen in a certain way.
In a way. And he said, you feed from what you leave behind. So this is what you left behind. A killing with a person, so many persons which attached to that. You steal this energy from them. So in the energy of the soul, they will take from you wherever you go. So you will not have anything left. But if you do good, and from this knowledge and from this energy, this goodness forever will add to you. What you add to your cell, in the end, it will add to the soul, any cell. So if you interact in the field level, there will be a cell of fields two magnetic fields will create cell, a creation. So imagine, even if you see a flower and you interact with it, this interaction will affect this flower and affect you. Part of the flower come to you and part of you come to the flower. This flower, how much it's have existence in this, wherever it receive, you will receive. And when you receive, your soul will receive. And this is the beauty of doing good. Think good, do good, and speak good. This is the most beautiful word. If you try and start to do that, you will see in the days and weeks and months and years, you will become you will become good. Everything, where you go, where you touch your feet or your hand, everything will be different. It will change to a good, because you, and before you go there, your field will reach before you. So it will change everything before you go. There's a lot in the teaching of Mr. Keshe. And you go deeper, you go, sometimes you feel you do nothing. And it happens to me so much. Deeper you go and more you learn, more you think you don't know nothing about the real thing.
The more you can find ways to give. So, and that is then the interaction. And yeah.
Yeah, see how many doors in the physicality, how many doors in the emotion side, how many doors in the soul level. Oh, a lot. No one will stop you from giving. Yeah, really. They said it. If you want something, you will not find anyone to give you. But if you want to give something, no one can stop you.
Yeah. And then this reality becomes a happy place.
Yes, always.
Thank you, Jalal.
Yeah.
Read it my mind.
Now,
Mark, do you want to read what you wrote in the chat?
I don't think I can read the chat and speak at the same time. I mean, if I pull up the chat.
It is on.
Okay. You mean about the consuming one bowl of rice?
Yeah.
Joel, would you like to elaborate on this?
About the one bowl of rice?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the new or in the old?
In the old. I think we were getting conditioned in a way to start thinking about this.
Yeah.
But in a way, think about it, but what you gonna do with this minus you done? When you eat a bowl of rice, it's hundreds and thousands of souls. What you gonna do with it?
Well, remember that what dawned on me in this teaching, and this is in the private teachings, I believe. So if you sign up as a private student, you'll have access to that. But when he was talking about it, In other words, when no being wants to be removed from its structure. Just like you don't want to be removed from your structure. You want to go home or you want to be with your family or so on. And when you remove a soul from its structure, that soul can feel fear and anger. And when that being is consumed by you, you will absorb a small essence of that fear and that anger, according to Mr. Keshe's teachings. That's why many people who eat a diet of, let's just say, fish, their emotions are more balanced rather than eating everything you can find, as I understand it. So the whole idea is we don't think, I always thought it might be just for animals, but Mr. Keshe says the plants, they scream just as loud, but they don't have a tongue, so you can't hear them. And their blood isn't red, it's green. But you're doing the same thing. So I'm not saying I'm not eating anything. Of course I'm eating. Mr. Keshe says you must continue to eat or your stomach could bleed and so on. But the whole concept of eating another being, we can exist without harming or killing anything. And that's one of our problems. And if we have that practice and we go out into space, and I know the example is that if you see a guy that looks like a pizza, you may want to eat him. And you can't do that. So it's just a thought to be thinking about. And most of us don't think about it because we've always been taught you need to eat for the nutrition and the energy. If you don't eat, you'll die. But Mr. Keshe has taught us that we already are absorbing 80% of the energy we need through our skin and from the universe and through our body and breathing and so on and so forth. So that 20% causes us that we need fast energy and causes us to do things we probably shouldn't do as a higher level being. So with these units now, we're going to be fed, and he said they'll be as common on every corner as can be, as a cup of coffee. But it's just something to think about the other souls and respecting the other souls in their structure. No soul wants to be removed from its structure. That's my understanding. And again, this is just all my understanding of what I think I understand at my level of understanding.
You are very right in that. But in the meantime, until we reach this position of taking energy from these devices, when you eat or when you take this sort of energies and souls, what you gonna do with it? First, you take responsibility for the souls you are consuming, because in a way you are elevating them, their souls, elevating them to your energy level soul. And when you do positive thing with this energy, which you take as a minus, the positive, which is important, because in the way, in the end, you will see that only the positive which is count.
I know Dr. Gatwa had that same conversation with Mr. Keshe. He said, if I don't feed my cattle and I let them go, they'll die. And he said to Mr. Keshe, well, we all come up with different ways to justify killing and eating. You know that.
But indeed.
So it's no problem. We're just learning this. We're just trying to understand this and work it through.
It's like a vision of the future. We know now about it and we can work towards it.
You know, Mark, if you look to that time, before Mr. Keshe, we are doing it for thousands and thousands and thousands of years without even thinking. And even we are killing our own children. And see now, in a way, even the normal person, in a way, he's respecting the animals and respecting all the creatures in a way. Before, we don't have that. We have only killing. Whatever you get in your hand, you can smash whatever it is in your in your face.
No question. Mr. Keshe always says, be careful where you step.
And now we are learning, and we are achieving so many things. So we are in progress. That's the beauty.
No question. No question. This knowledge that's being revealed has not been revealed to most in the whole history of mankind.
And it is absolutely collective what we are doing now. So a lot of people understand it more and more.
And again, as Jalal has pointed out, you have the souls of all the ancestors in you from back generations and generations. And if you think about not eating, that just doesn't make sense to any of those souls. So therefore, you know, that can't be true.
That was also what Mr. Keshe today said about the ancestors. So it comes very, very nicely together.
I need to listen to this teaching, really. I have only 10% from it.
As long as we're growing into the knowledge and we're heading in that direction, it's all good. And we're going to be enhanced to go even further, very faster, quicker.
Yes.
Not too quick, but enough to meet.
Not too fast, not too fast. Huh?
If we go too fast, we might miss something.
Yes, exactly.
And not too long. So let's look at the closing of the session. And thank you everyone who has contributed. It's not a lot of Dutch content. Sorry, helaas is niet veel Nederlands inhoud geweest vandaag. We kijken even hoe we dat kunnen balanceren. Maar dank voor allemaal. En voor wat Jalal heeft uitgelegd. Ik denk dat ik kon het niet vertalen, dus sorry. Maar ik denk dat dat weer ook voor de huidige workshop vanochtend, dat het weer een extra aspect gegeven heeft. En voor Beatrice, voor haar vragen en voor Barbara en voor anderen, Mark, voor iedereen, Randy. Nou ja, ik zou jullie allemaal kunnen noemen, natuurlijk vooral dan. Dank je allemaal. En ja.
Dank je en een schönen avond nog.
En voor anderen een goede dag gewenst. For others, it's the day is not ending, but middle in the day. Our day is ending. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Fred.
Dank je.
Thank you. Fred, you give us a lot of a time in speaking English, and you let the people here in not translating. So please, next time, don't give us this luxury. Stop us in a way that you can translate for the people.
I thought about last time. This time I would like to do some translation what is going on, and so I couldn't do. Sorry.
Thank you guys. Dam and Jalal and all in there. I appreciate for your passions for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrice.
Thank you, everyone. We all contributed, so it's a collective awakening, and that is the beauty of it. It's no more individual, it's collective.
Next time we want to see the 5 cups we saw in the before two weeks, I think.
Yeah.
With the stones and all of that.
Yeah. From Paulus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's keeping the fields for himself.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Andreas for his beautiful voiceover. That was Andreas, correct, in the German translation of the invitation or the explanation of the exposition?
Yeah. But I don't know, we only had the English now. One of our knowledge seekers has done a translation, but I didn't know how to bring it on the screen. So that will be next time.
Thank you for all. Thank you for in this group for the that I am part of the group Liliana. Thank you for all. Thank you for my soul.
Thank you. And thank you all, yes.
I'm waiting when Jalal says thank we.
Yeah, thank you. We are finding new language.
Barbara, she wrote that.
My English is not very good, but I tried. You know, I tried, but I am here.
Don't worry. In few months, you're speaking perfect English.
Yeah.
Your English better from my Spanish.
Yeah, I am not speaking in Spanish, but I am studying English, but no very frequently speaking in English, you know.
But that's beautiful.
But so.
Your English is better than any of my languages would be in you guys. So you guys are doing excellent. That is have different languages. I'm totally lost if I didn't hear it.
I am trying. I am trying for the cause, for the Latin America. I am here, but no, very speaking in English. I understand, but not speaking very well.
Don't worry. No, it's not need to speaking. It's enough when you understand.
We all speak the language of soul. That's what really counts.
Yes.
I appreciate everyone in there. Appreciate on my heart, my soul, on my present. Thank you for all. Thank you.
First, thank yourself, and then thank Mr. Keshe that he joined us in this beautiful teaching.
Yes.
Alfred, please close the meeting. As you know, it's morning.
Yeah, almost. Good night, everyone. Good day, everyone. Dank je all. Hiermee beëindigen we deze workshop in Nederlandse workshop, waar niet veel Nederlands tevoorschijn kwam. Maar goed, we zijn aan het leren en tot de volgende keer. Thank you. Till next time.